Higgins Drive, Cobalt Lane. Welcome to the Pixel Pop Movie Podcast. I am your host, Toby. This fortnight I am joined by the ever-excitable Ethan.
Oh, hello.
And the deliciously beautiful Bunny.
Yo, yo, yo.
This fortnight we'll be bringing you all the news that we always do. There's quite a lot that's happened this fortnight. A lot of it Marvel too, so it should be interesting, which is good for Ethan because he doesn't like talking about DC. And of course, we'll be diving into Jessica Jones season 2.
No, actually, I do like talking about DC because DC do everything just for us, remember?
Well, that's right.
Just so we can talk about it.
If you haven't seen all of Jessica Jones season 2 yet, don't sweat. We're going to do our usual spoiler-free thoughts first, and then we'll give you plenty of warning before we sort of dabble with some of the spoilers. But we got a lot of news to get through, so without any further hesitation, please take us away, Ethan.
The first one we've got something I don't care about, but I know a lot of people will.
How nihilistic of you.
There's a trailer out for Cobra Kai, which is apparently a sequel to the Karate Kid series.
Dude, how can you not?
To be honest, they should have done a sequel to the Jaden Smith one.
So what you're saying is you just don't care about my childhood, right?
I mean, do you care about my childhood?
No, Pokemon shit.
Exactly, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know about this thing for a while. The first trailer had been out for a little bit, and I'd kind of missed it, but they just dropped a new trailer recently, last couple of days, that shows Daniel actually, like, doing some martial arts again. So it's interesting. From what you can see of the trailer, it almost looks like it's going to be maybe slightly roles reversed, where Daniel is now more of the bully. I don't know, but it's looking pretty cool, and the new trailer has there's definitely a lot of homages to the original movie too. So for those that do remember or are big fans of the original Wax On, Wax Off, and it's also really, what it is interesting for you, Ethan, regardless of the content, is this is the first time YouTube are really pushing into the same market as Netflix and whatever have you, and Hulu, because this is YouTube Red, and this is they've paid for this series, and it's all them. So this is kind of interesting in that regard.
Yeah, but I can't see YouTube actually doing as well.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean,
yeah.
if they have a success with this, I mean, YouTube is owned by Google, who I'm sure have got quite a bit of money and could probably get into content creation. So I guess we'll see. Especially if they're going to do this sort of stuff where, all right, obviously, again, this is not appealing to you, but this sort of cult stuff, well, not cult, but, niche stuff that's playing to the fans, like if they went and then did like a Big Trouble in Little China series or something, with
I was actually just thinking that. I was thinking
like that would be, again, like that's the sort of, like they go, hey, look, there's a lot of fan demand for this. If we can make it with a fairly low budget, who knows?
There could be like, going off people's nostalgia for things like that as well.
Exactly.
That could be their hype. Their angle on it all.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, anyway, if you haven't seen it, of course, we'll put the trailers in the article itself, and you'll be able to watch them. So give them a look. Looks good. Keen for it.
All right. Next one we've got is Quentin Tarantino's movie. The one, it's called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, has added Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio as the main cast members. And this is the one that is pretty much going to show a lot of what was going on during the year it's set, and I can't remember what year it was, but it's the same year Charles Manson was going on and all that sort of thing. 1969. That's when it is.
Yeah.
So, and because of Brad Pitt being in this, it means that World War Z 2 has been pushed back even further. Not like anyone really wants that movie anyway, but it's been pushed back.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind World War Z, but again, it's the sort of thing you watch on Netflix on a Friday or Saturday night when you got nothing else on.
Exactly.
It's not like race out and buy the Blu-ray or catch it at the cinema.
I mean,
that's some pretty strong casting, though. That's some pretty strong casting. Because Quentin Tarantino has said he's only ever going to make a certain amount of films, isn't he? 10. Right, and how many has he done?
This is 9, I think.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's probably going to take his time and want to be fairly selective.
And I mean, and it's his first time actually doing something that
isn't shit? No, sorry.
That's more like based on something true.
Yeah.
More. I mean, Inglourious Basterds kind of was, but I mean something a bit more.
Yeah. All right. Well. So, do we have a date for that yet, or is it just still in production?
Still in production. They haven't got the whole cast out yet. Pretty sure Samuel L. Jackson's back in it. Margot Robbie was in.
Of course, Samuel Jackson's in it. Of course. So,
yeah.
Do you think Quentin Tarantino can make a film?
apparently Margot Robbie has been cast as Sharon Tate, who was.
I thought she was just in talks.
Well,
I mean, she could have been cast.
I mean, this was like a little while ago, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So who's she? She was what, Manson's
Sharon
missus?
Tate, yeah.
Yeah, Sharon Tate was one of the victims to Mr. Manson.
Alright, okay. Cool. Alright, move on.
Next, we've got the BBC snatches up a Terry Pratchett Discworld series.
Yeah, I'm like you. I haven't read the books, but I know a lot of people who have.
Yeah,
So-
I know a lot of people who have, but for me, it's a 6-part TV series.
Yeah, which is not huge, but still, that's interesting.
Doesn't mean it's not going to expand. I mean, 6-part could just be the first season to see how well people. I mean, that's pretty standard for a lot of British TV shows. Usually only do 6 episodes.
Well, and the
Unlike
other thing is
Doctor
too,
Who,
we don't have.
but-
I don't think we have an episode time. Like if they do like
No.
hour or hour and a half episodes, like
Yeah,
that's pretty lengthy. You know,
I'll say it will be hour and a half. Yeah.
yeah. So that I mean, I'll probably watch it. As I say, I haven't got the time to sit down and read all the books these days, but I'll probably watch it. Yeah, for sure. So that's interesting, and I know there's a lot of people that are hyped about that.
All right. Next, we've got Punisher's season 2. It started filming.
Yeah,
And there's also been a lot of teasers for what the storyline could possibly be.
yeah, I saw that too, and there's some of them which make me think we might not be getting the the whole sex slave storyline where they're
No, this one
transporting
could be his suicide run, which is
Yeah.
he has a near-death experience and recovering under the eye of a local sheriff. Is apparently what this
Yeah.
one could be.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we won't get that other one because I got a feeling that all the Netflix shows, bar Defenders, will be going for 3 seasons. I think. That's
Yeah.
what I feel like it's going to go for. I don't feel like they're going to stretch it out more than that.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's on your list, but there's been some recent rumors too that we may not see a Defenders season 2.
No, it's on the list. Yeah, I was going to get to that later,
Alright.
but we'll do it now. But
Yeah.
Kristen Ritter doubts that there's going to be Defenders season 2, which I don't think there will be.
You don't need it though, and
No.
this is the thing. Like before we started Defenders, and of course everybody listens to our podcast and remembers. Like I had always said that the hardest character to get into that Defenders team was going to be Jessica. And it was like she really had trouble being
Yeah.
a part of that team, and even more so I think now. Like getting her to go back in, having watched, and we'll get all into this later, but she's not at the JJ character we see on Netflix isn't really an action hero. You know what I mean? Like an Alias, the comic book series, she's not an action hero. Like she's an investigator, and Defenders is all about action, and that's why I feel that it would sort of be like taking Sherlock Holmes, putting him in the Defenders a little bit. You know what I mean? Like not quite as extreme, but you know, in that same, it just wouldn't quite fit. And I think with the crossovers that we're seeing or going to see in future shows, like obviously Iron Fist and all the rest of it, there's a lot. I don't think you need to do a full ensemble battle anymore.
No, do it. No.
And if they do, it won't be for quite a while. If they do,
definitely not.
it'll be much later when things have they've got to another point where they want to escalate it, and maybe even a different lineup.
I was just gonna say that I feel like it could be with Disney's new streaming service and the new Marvel shows they're gonna do. We could just give a different team up, not necessarily Defenders, but
I mean,
different team up.
Anybody who's read the Marvel comic books knows that the Avengers team and the Marvel team and all that such like the people on that team change pretty regularly. So it wouldn't be unreasonable to believe that we could do something similar with the Netflix series, so to speak, and have a different lineup for Defenders season 2.
Doctor Strange and Hulk have both been a part of the Defenders.
I think they're original founding members of Defenders too.
Yeah, it was Doctor Strange.
Which is funny when you
Hulk,
think
and
about it,
Namor.
because Defenders is really like street crime, and there's the Hulk going, "Stop stealing like the purse." it's a little odd, but hey, the Hulk's been in just about everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, cool.
Alright,
I mean,
next
I'm not
we've got,
surprised. Ultimately, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Next, we've got Netflix has picked up a new superhero movie from Rick Famuyiwa and TJ Fixman, with Keanu Reeves in talks to star. Although there is no indication of what the movie is about or anything. That's all we know so far. Is exactly that.
It could be Marvel, could be DC, could be something else. Could be
No,
original.
I think it's original.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Disney has announced a whole bunch of new live action and animated movies.
God, that's
They
disappointing.
over.
Especially the live action part. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
It ranges from dates up until 17th of February 2023. I'm not going to go through all of them. There are a lot of
What's some
Marvel
of the
ones in here.
highlights?
Well, they haven't announced any titles.
Oh, okay.
It's just
They've just announced dates.
Yeah, it just says Untitled Disney Live Action, Untitled Pixar Animation, Untitled Marvel.
Right. Okay.
So that's all it is. There is 7 Marvel movies listed.
Okay.
Well, we can guess that that those will no doubt be Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Black Panther 2, Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange 2, and then probably Ant-Man 3 as well, because judging by the solo movies, we get at least 3 of them anyway.
Yeah.
So you can probably guess that some of those are
And then
some
Marvel
new characters.
2, probably.
Yeah, Miss Marvel up
Yeah,
there.
Captain Marvel 2, yeah. Maybe a new Avengers, new team, Fantastic Four, X-Men, who knows?
Yeah, they do own that.
They're going to be a while away, though. I mean, really. And there's even been more articles recently. They were saying, like, even Feige said, like, it's going to be a while before we see these guys on the screen in any meaningful way. So it's interesting, actually. There was a recent article I read too. Like, the one he was saying, like, Feige was talking about the characters that they've got back and how, like, they're still missing a few. You know, obviously Spider-Man is one that's sort of only half in. So is the Hulk, because Universal has the distribution rights on solo films. But then there's the the submariner, Captain
Namor.
Yeah, Nemo? Not Nemo, it's Captain...
No, Namor. No, it's just Namor.
Yeah, he's like the first Marvel...
he's Marvel's version of Aquaman.
Yeah, he's like the very first Marvel character or something, yeah. And apparently they don't have rights to him, so...
No, they got back a while back. They got the rights back.
There's something stopping them. It was in Feige was talking about. There was something that was stopping them from making the movie.
They teased him way back in Iron Man 2 as well.
Okay.
Back when they teased Wakanda. Like the map when Nick Fury's talking to Tony Stark, you can see a circle over Wakanda and then a circle over the ocean for him.
Right, okay, cool. Yeah.
Just counting up all these release dates. There's 17 Disney live-action movies.
and 7 of them probably Marvel, so like 10.
No. This is just Disney live action, not including the Marvel ones.
Oh,
I mean, that doesn't mean that's all going to be your childhood destroyed.
No, they won't.
Brand new films as well. With new...
A Wrinkle in Time. That's
exactly.
a Disney live action. It's Tomorrowland. That's Disney live action. So it's probably ones like those as well.
Yeah.
Not ruling out that they might, Lion King's not even listed on here.
Well, I mean,
even though it is
what does Indiana Jones come under now?
Yeah.
Because that's
like, probably under Disney.
Yeah, because that Part 5's really, like, Spielberg's really started ramping that up. They look to get filming fairly soon, so...
Mulan's listed on here, so that's not one of them.
Before Harrison Ford falls over dead.
I mean, right? Like,
the man's 70-something
he needs to pass on his mantle sometime.
Nah, they're not going to, and they're not going to kill him either.
Quick before
Spielberg has said on the record he won't kill Indiana Jones.
Oh, and one of these movies will probably be the Dumbo live action one they filmed as well.
Oh yeah. God.
Yeah.
No, they'll get a Bambi too. Maybe new Peter Pan. They'll probably get all of those.
Yeah. It's everybody's childhood.
No, well, like they've done Peter Pan before. Like we've seen live action Peter Pan movies before.
Yeah, but I don't think they would.
It can be done.
I mean, Hook was Hook Disney?
Probably.
I don't know if it was.
Yes.
Because I don't believe the original Peter Pan story is something that Disney invented. I think it was around longer than that. Like most of the Disney stuff is stolen from Grimm. The Grimm.
Yeah, it wasn't Disney.
Yeah, so I mean, and if it's something that was a story that's 100 years old, anybody can make a bloody adaptation of it. Same as Jungle Book.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Hook was.
I don't know what Disney's done.
Hook was Emblem.
Emblem.
So when was the last time Disney did a live action Peter Pan film? Never, maybe?
Oh.
No, it was Neverland.
Even if they did, it's been a long time.
Definitely not that Hugh Jackman Pan movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was that, wasn't it?
1953 was the last time they did a Peter Pan.
Which would have been the cartoon.
Yes. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Anyway, so...
Yeah, it was
but there is a precedent for it.
In breaking news, Disney's destroying everyone's childhood. Next.
Oh god.
Next we have Spider-Man: Homecoming 2 is going to be filming in the UK and Europe by the sounds of it. Germany is one of the locations. It's rumored to follow
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming 2.
That's interesting because I mean he's such a New York based character.
That's what people are saying. It's still going to film in New York, but it's because his class goes on a trip to the UK.
Right.
That's why. I mean, if people don't put the fact that Peter Parker's in the UK and Spider-Man pops up, if his class members don't put that together, I mean, they're just fucking idiots and shouldn't be at that school.
I'm pretty sure they're fucking idiots to begin with, though.
Oh, they all are, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
UK and Germany. But there's also, they've been teasing a new female character that's going to come into it, which is rumored to be Spider-Woman as well.
Yeah.
So they find her over in the UK or Germany, whichever one they're going to, they find her there.
Ah, okay. Cool. Because wasn't it sort of teased that one of his classmates might be a character as well of some power? There was some recent stuff about it.
Nah, that was just rumors. There's nothing confirmed.
All right.
Because
she's
speculation.
back, but yeah, okay. Obviously, it's because they're on.
Yeah, all of the cast, pretty much all of his classmates are back for Infinity War as well. And that was the whole thing about it, because she was in Infinity War. So people
even
were
if
like,
you've got one
she's gonna
scene
be this character.
Yeah, but even when you've got one scene with them all in the school bus, like before he nicks off.
Yeah.
That's
what it
you're
will
in
be.
the film. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah, that's
cool.
exactly
all
what
right,
it will
well, that's
be.
interesting. Yeah, when's that due? That's 2019, 2020?
Even
later.
Think it's 2019. No, I'm pretty sure it's 2019.
It has to, because it's after Avengers 4.
Yeah, well, because we got...
we get it in 2019, so it's going to be late 2019 or 2020. Yeah.
It'll be 2019, because we get 3 a year. So next year we have Captain Marvel, Avengers, and then Spider-Man.
Right, okay. Hang on, when's Ant-Man then? This year, is it?
Ant-Man's this year.
Okay, cool. I'm on board now. This is good. Yeah. Alright, cool. Looking forward to it.
Alright, next we got Luke Cage Season 2. Has a release date of June 22nd.
This year?
Yep, this year.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure we're getting 3 a year now. So we'll most likely get Daredevil Season 3 around November, probably in the same time we got Punisher, I'd say.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we've only got another couple of months to wait, and then we've got, and that's going to be great because that's obviously got Iron Fist as well, and we're going to see, Heroes for Hire.
Yep, no doubt we'll see that.
Yeah, that'd be excellent. That's awesome.
I'm just looking at the release dates for things. Jessica Jones. No. So I'd say we'll most likely get it. Yeah, definitely November this year. We'll get Daredevil Season 3 because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be finished filming by now. They started filming it like October, November last year, so it should be done by now.
Yeah. So you think we'll only get 3 seasons?
Yeah, I reckon we'll get 3 seasons a year.
No, I mean of any character. Like you think once?
Oh yeah, I reckon 3. But I mean, it's hard to say for Daredevil because a lot of people would want Bullseye to show up, and I doubt they're gonna have Bullseye in Season 3, unless the first half is all the trial of Wilson Fisk and the second half is all Bullseye maybe.
Yeah, because there is still a lot of stuff they could cover.
Yeah, I don't see them doing a Daredevil series without doing Bullseye, though. I couldn't see them not doing that.
Right, yeah.
So maybe we'll get, first half is Wilson Fisk and then second half is Bullseye. Or it all.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we see... I still think Fisk is probably going to play a bigger enemy to Punisher. But then we know Fisk is going to play a big part in Daredevil Season 3.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Because
it's the Born Again storyline, so...
Yeah.
It'd be interesting though, like... Because... I'm not... Yeah. I'd be curious to see what sort of crossovers we get in DD3. If any.
Yeah, I reckon it might go back to being like Season 1 and just being fairly standalone, I reckon.
Yeah, but at the same time, it'd be kind of interesting if, say, the Punisher came in to help out, because he would have reason to. Because he's said that if I see you again, I'm going to kick the shit out of you, right?
Yeah,
he's got business with Fisk because he's a criminal. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting if they wove into that storyline how it's like, because Daredevil's always trying to do the right thing, and he's put Fisk behind bars, and then Fisk gets out, so Daredevil's having doubts about the system and all the rest of it. It'd be interesting if it gets to a point where Daredevil has to call on the Punisher, and he's like, I can't win this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's obviously a moral struggle that he would have to face, which could be an interesting story arc. But anyway.
Alright.
Cool.
Next, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger confirms that Terminator 6 starts filming in June and it runs until October.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people at this stage are kind of over Terminator.
Yeah, especially after the last one.
Yeah, I didn't mind the last one. It was okay. Like, it had some stuff I enjoyed in it. You know, there was some stuff that I thought was trash, but there was some. But this one's going to be interesting mainly because it's Linda Hamilton is back.
Yep.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's written by Cameron.
Yep.
And it's ignoring 3 onwards. This is a straight on pickup from the end of Judgment Day. You know, some time.
Tim Miller is the director.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
I can be on board with this.
Yeah,
and apparently what's going to happen is that Linda Hamilton will be passing the torch on to someone new who will then drive the Terminator series forward, which is apparently going to be Mackenzie Davis, who was recently seen in Blade Runner 2049. She was the one that Ryan Gosling's character met on the street. They ended up taking back to the blonde
hooker.
Yeah,
right.
That's the one.
Okay.
She was in *Halt and Catch Fire*, the series, I think, as well.
Yeah, which I believe she also played a promiscuous female. Interesting.
Yeah, so she's going to be... she's rumored to be the new leader after this.
All right.
To carry the series forward.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, well, but I mean, if it's filming, we're not going to see it for another 18 months at least.
Oh, no, definitely not. Probably about 2020, I'd say we'll get it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Next, Entertainment Weekly had a bunch of Infinity War stuff come out these past couple of days. 15 different covers showing off all the new characters. Well, not all the new characters, but how all the characters look now. As well as set reports. Some of them are pretty spoilery, so I don't know if I should go into them or not. But yeah, they showed off a lot.
Yeah, I did go through that. So it showed a lot of the outfits.
Yep, all the new outfits and everything.
Yeah, that was I mean, Iron Man's got a new suit. We've spoken about that before. We knew that was coming.
Yeah, it's definitely Wakanda tech.
Yeah, we get to have a better look at Spider-Man's new outfit.
Yep, a much better look. Except it's missing 4 things, but
I'm sure they're there. I'm sure they're there. They're just
they're there.
You just can't see.
Oh,
them
they're there. And when that comes up on screen, I am going to be dead. And the chair in front of me will be ruined.
Oh boy!
From his 6-foot-long erection.
Because all the blood is rushed to that, so my whole body is dead.
Yeah.
We also get a better look at Bucky's new arm.
Yes, which is all blue.
No, it's actually silver. It just looks blue in that picture. That's all.
From reflection. Right, okay.
Yeah. But it's actually all nice and it's got gold lining all through. It looks really nice.
Yep.
They released new pictures showing Cap, Black Widow, and Rhodey, with Rhodey having braces on his legs. So obviously his spine didn't get that fixed, so he has help walking.
Yep. I think there was a picture I saw of Loki, like from the knees up.
Yep.
And then there was a picture of Thanos doing the whole moon pull from the first trailer, but it was a lot tidied up. Like, it obviously had a lot more work done to it. It was really clean. I love the idea that he's going to crash, a fucking moon down.
Well, they also revealed the planet that they're fighting on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they revealed what that planet is.
This is like 100% now.
Yeah, they've come out and said exactly what that planet they're fighting on, and all their space things is. I don't know. Do you?
Well, I think I do.
It's Titan, so Thanos' homeworld. That's been completely destroyed.
the moon of Saturn or whatever it is.
Is that the one? Is it?
Well, originally that's where he's from. It was. He's from Saturn, or a moon of Saturn.
I would say they probably haven't gone with that for this.
Yeah, they might have moved it.
Yeah. I don't think they would. Well, I know. Who knows? Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, you don't want to have. I mean, Tony's not going to go too far, is he?
Nah, they won't have done that, because why would you get a wormhole through space just to send?
Well, and look at that first.
A bunch of aliens not that far.
Strange isn't in that fight scene, so you've got.
Yeah, he is.
Was he?
Yeah, you see him in the Comic-Con trailer making platforms for Star-Lord to jump on.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. So I mean, well, in that case, they could be bloody anywhere.
Yeah. Strange could have just brought us slinging up and going like, oh, here we
Anywhere
go.
in the multiverse.
Yeah. So, I mean,
All
the
right.
Guardians are there. They could have gone on a ship with the Guardians.
Yeah.
The Guardians could have come to Earth or something and then been like, all right, we got to head off and do this.
Yeah.
So they could have gone then.
Yeah.
But, they've... I'm not going to say anymore because it's kind of spoilery, but they announced the homeworld, that world to be.
Right. Okay.
Which defeats the theory that world was actually going to be the Soul Stone, so that rules that out now as well.
Yeah. No, it's Heimdall or his sword.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's inside the Vibranium meteor.
Fuck off.
It is.
That doesn't line up with the fucking.
It does line up.
Doesn't line up with H.
Yeah.
How does it line up with H? Here we go.
The heart-shaped herb. There you go.
Nah. Every other
lines
Soul
up with
Stone
it.
lines up with Thanos, and we're just waiting with H.
I doubt they're going to actually include that. That's just some fan stuff. They're not going to include that.
Dude,
in
it
there.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but Marvel will be like, oh, someone's cracked it. Let's better change it.
Nah, it'll be Heimdall.
Bullshit, it is. No,
It'll be Heimdall.
could be Hulk.
What?
I don't know. I'm just throwing another
what's
agent out
this? What's this theory?
No, it's not a theory. It's well, at the moment
It's
it's
a
not a
theory.
theory. It's because every letter of Thanos, like you take T and you take A and OS lines up with where the Soul Stone, a Soul Stone was.
Oh, was right.
Yeah.
So you take T. What
So
was
T is Tesseract, right?
T was Tesseract.
Oh, what did
H
what's
has
like
been
the
rumored
actual-
to be
Heimdall.
So
It's
T was
been rumored to be
Tesseract.
Heimdall.
A was to be Heimdall. A was what was A?
I don't know.
Ether, the Ether from Thor Ragnarok, from
Yeah,
Thor 2.
yeah, because it's A-T-H-E-R.
The N was Necklace for the Time Stone. The O
Yeah.
was the Orb for the Power Stone. And the
Yeah.
S was the Scepter for the Mind Stone that Loki had in.
Yeah. It's not a big stretch either. It's not like
It's a stretch.
It's not a stretch.
It's
That's pretty good.
Nah,
That
it's a
seems like
stretch.
a lot of coincidence going on there.
Yeah,
No,
it's a stretch.
it's not. It's not.
All right, let's move on.
Alright.
Um,
Heimdall.
All right, so they've said that Kevin Feige also. I don't know if I should say this one because it can be a little spoilerish as well, but it seems to be that they've completely taken away the whole Thanos wanting to win over Lady Death. That's not going to be in the movie.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
considering.
that's a little too extreme. Like,
Yeah,
the average moviegoer isn't going to understand that relationship going on there.
no. So apparently, what it is that we see them fighting on Titan. Titan's destroyed. He was helpless to defend Titan, and he feels like that how the universe is going, this is going to happen to a lot more other places. So he thinks if he can get all these stones, he can wipe out half the life of the universe, and all will be perfect. That's his motivation.
Right. But I mean, if you were gonna do the Lady Death thing, it would have had to have been introduced earlier.
Yeah, it would.
Because you're just not gonna have the time in a movie with
No.
like whatever it is, 60 fucking heroes. Like you're just not
Well,
gonna have the
okay.
time.
I think 60's a stretch because then,
You know what I mean?
No, but a whole bunch of cast people have been saying like, oh, 50, 60, all this, but obviously we know they're lying. The Entertainment Weekly thinks that there was 22 heroes in the movie, and that's it. But we know that's probably just going to be complete bullshit.
60 characters, I think, was the word that
Yeah.
Marvel used very carefully. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, there's
So-
going to be so much happening, you're not going to have time for a lot of exposition on Thanos.
Well, I mean, you already have the introduction of his Black Order, the 4 members of that.
Yeah.
You have the introduction of them. You have...
Well, and you really do still have the introduction of Thanos, because if you haven't read any of the
Yeah.
comics and you've just watched the movies, all you've seen is 30-second snippets. Like, who the fuck is this
Yeah.
guy other than a boss?
So we haven't had that much.
Yeah.
And no,
So-
we're going to... Yeah, so we get...
Yeah, but
We'll
then
get the Black-
you need to say who he is, and you need to say what his motivation is. But bringing
Yeah.
in this whole romantic love arc, pining, like it would just, I think
No.
it would just take too long.
And I don't think it would fit. I don't think a lot of people would follow it well. I think it would translate
Yeah.
well to a movie that would a comic.
Yeah.
I feel for like general audiences going into it, it can be a bit confusing and a bit far fetched, and they'll be like, "Oh, fuck off! This is what they're doing."
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got Kristen Wiig, who will now be playing Cheetah in Wonder Woman 2, the villain for the movie.
Right.
Look, we have got some DC news. Look, DC, we're looking after you tonight. We know you love us. Keep talking to us, TC. But,
Yeah.
So yeah, this came out.
Right, I'm not familiar with Cheetah.
It's a lady.
I didn't read a lot of Wonder Woman, to be fair. So I mean, I watched the cartoon a bit, but I don't remember ever seeing Cheetah.
Yeah. It's a cheetah lady.
Yeah, I guess. Cool.
That's all I know.
All right.
I don't know much more either. But yeah, so that's the last bit of news I think we got.
That's okay, because now we can jump on into some spoiler-free Jessica Jones Season 2. So
or we can just get spoilers all in.
No. Let's do some spoiler... because some people may have not even started watching it yet, and they want to know if they should waste their time. So, you've watched the whole thing, Ethan.
Yep.
Spoiler-free, overall, what did you think?
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it still more than I did Iron Fist. I pretty much would...
in a plane crash, I killed a dragon, I did as well as my entire life story.
So currently my ranking for them would go Daredevil Season 1 and 2. And then I would probably put Punisher, and then Jessica Jones Season 1 and 2, and then Luke Cage and Iron Fist after that.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed it. I sat here for pretty much all of yesterday, and a little bit of this morning, just watching it all.
Yeah, fair enough.
And little twists and turns, some I didn't see coming. Some that did happen, I felt the explanation for it was an easy cop-out. But, yeah, that's good.
Okay. Well, Barney's only caught the first 6 episodes, but how are you feeling with it so far?
It didn't have me as hooked as Season 1, but it's definitely got that Jessica Jones charm to it. So, yeah, I'm happy with it so far.
Okay. I noticed that Metacritic score for it was significantly lower than Season 1. It was pointed out to me. Like, Season 1 JJ's got like 90-something, and then this one's sitting around 75, based on the first 5 episodes. At the time, anyway. It's probably gone up or down by now. For me, it was a bit of a hit and miss in some place. Like, it was a bit of a mixed bag. And I always struggled with the first season of Jessica Jones. The stuff that I really loved was when she's actually being a detective. So, it's very noir. So there's the detective, there's the smooth jazz music in the background, there's the voiceover. These are all very iconic noir themes. Really all it was missing was some rain and some nighttime and maybe some black and white. But like when she's actually investigating, when she's being a PI, I really dug those scenes. And I actually thought at one point, like, I would watch a more traditional American TV series where each week was just her solving a case. Like, I would dig that. I think she's a far better investigator, or far more interesting as an investigator than as an action hero, per se.
Yeah, I'll agree with
and
that.
I think that's a mistake I've made, and probably others have too. Because we come off the back of, say, Punisher and Daredevil, they're action heroes. Jessica Jones is not an action hero.
Yeah.
And that's a mistake a lot of people, myself included, have made going into Jessica Jones, is don't go in expecting an action hero. There's probably less fighting in this season than there was in Jessica Jones 1. So, for those scenes that were heavy with the actual investigation thing, I really dug it. And that was, for me, the more favourite parts of the show. One thing I struggled with, and if you cast your mind back over the show, is every character is a dick. Every character in this show is an arsehole. Like, every one of them has massive flaws. And I'm not just talking about the lead cast. Like, every single person on the screen is horrible.
I feel like that's just an accurate representation of how people really are.
It could be. But the problem for me is then I created no empathic link with any of these characters.
Or is this because most of the show is taken from Jessica's point of view, right? So what if she just perceives everyone to be an arsehole?
Season 1, maybe.
Because of how she is.
This sort of leads into my next point. There's a lot of story that takes place that does nothing to do with Jessica. So that's true, not quite true. But the thing is, like, everybody just looks... At first I'm like, wait, are they just bashing particular sexes? And I'm like, no. Are they bashing particular, sexual, like, identities? No, that's not that. And I'm sort of still watching it and going... Yeah, because they made all the characters that were gay female, apart from Hogarth, were like street urchins and crap. and horrible people. And then I'm like, and all the gay guys just come across as ditzy, starry-eyed idiots. That's not right. And I'm like, and then all these men are just villains and horrible and sexist. No, that can't be right, because all the women are just as terrible. And I'm thinking, hang on, everybody in this show is a horrible person. And so, again, I couldn't get any empathy for any of them. Like, I didn't care about most of them, whether they succeeded or failed, whether they lived or died. They were just all miserable people. And that, for me, like, there was no glimmer of hope, really, at any stage. And to me, it was really negative. And I like, Danny Rand's a twit, but he's so upbeat, you know what I mean? He can hate the show, but he's the most upbeat of all of them. He's just like, everything will be fine and we'll kick up. Like, Jessica is just so down and negative. It's sort of, it's like Nirvana. Like, I just want to shoot myself, right? It's just...
I feel that Danny Rand is like that because he's been locked away for 10 years.
Hopefully.
He doesn't know...
Yeah.
he doesn't know what everything's been like on Earth, in New York for everyone else. Whereas Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, they've all been through their hardships and all their lives. Yeah, but even
Luke's a bit more upbeat. I mean, Luke tries to put on a smile and all the rest of it. And there was a lot of shitty characters, but there's some good ones as well. Like, the older gentleman, the Pop, like things like that. Like, there was some good characters and some people that you could have empathy for. Like when Pop got hit, that I had empathy for that. You know what I mean? Like, there was a connection. It's like, oh no, this is a really cool guy, and he's, he did some bad things. But it's like everyone in this is just like they're out for their own personal gain. Like, everyone's just narcissistic or a sociopath, and it's just. Like, it really had to push through some episodes because it's just like, I hope you all die. It's like watching Black Mirror, you know what I mean? Like, Black Mirror takes a lot out of you, like, you can't binge that. You've just got to do an episode and then go smoke a carton to calm down. Like, it's just that negativity I found going through it that really made it difficult. And then the last point I had with that doesn't involve spoilers was just, again, like, it's a 13 episode season. And there is a storyline in there that I just felt, it wasn't that it was a bad storyline, but it just felt unnecessary. And without spoilers, it's the Hogarth line I'm talking about. It was kind of interesting, but it had nothing to do with the season, really, and it had very little anyway. And
I feel like that's gonna affect a lot of things going forward with the other shows.
It may, but the thing is, again, much like the whole what's his face arc in Punisher, where the other soldier. It wasn't that it was bad. Yeah. It was kind of cool, but the point is, if you pulled all that out, I probably could have fit this whole thing into eight episodes. And again, I just feel that this is Netflix fluffing things out to 13. And I know there's a few other people that have felt too that in every season so far, there is something that we could have pulled out and shortened the season up a little bit. Like, Stranger Things is 8 episodes, I think. Are we not normally, or 8 or 9? And
8 and 9.
Yeah, and that manages to tell a story very adequately in that amount of episodes. And we've said this before when we've talked about Luke Cage and Punisher and others. Like, the 13 sometimes just feels a bit too much of a stretch. Daredevil Season 2 did it well because it was really 2 stories. It was almost like 2 seasons bolted together. But a lot of these other ones, Luke Cage also suffers from it, where it just gets a little stretched out. And I felt that was the Achilles heel here for Jessica Jones 2, was just that particular story arc and one or two other little things that could have gotten pulled out or reduced, and you could have made a shorter season. But yeah, but that's about all I had for spoiler-free stuff. So in terms of tiers, look, I think I probably enjoyed this more than season 1. I mean, as much as I enjoyed the villain in season 1 of Jessica Jones, I felt that I had a better connection with Jessica this season, because there was more of seeing her smile, there was more of seeing her cry, there was more humanity to her this season, and a broader range of emotions, and I was able to connect with her a little better, so that was good, and I liked that, but again, I would really, I mean, because obviously in the comics it's not called Jessica, it's called Alias as in Alias Investigations.
Yeah.
And I would much rather, personally, if they go into season 3, more focus on that, less focus on these personal issues, because it's personal issues. Like season 1 and season 2, it's almost like an internal problem, Whereas, I would rather see more external problems and Jessica using her investigation skills to solve them. So that would be nice. But anyway, what a rant. Yeah. All right. So spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you haven't seen the whole season yet, and you care, of course, switch off now and then tune back in later once you're done, because we're going to dive into some spoiler chats now. So, anything that you need to explode off your chest first, Ethan?
There was one big thing that happened
right.
at the end of the last episode,
Right.
and that was Trish.
Yeah.
And how she caught her phone with her foot.
Yeah. So obviously now, does she have powers in the comics? I know she has
but
I thought she had another identity.
She does. She goes under the name of Hellcat.
Yes, which is mostly like martial arts and stuff.
Yeah, just like martial arts, yes.
Yeah, but it looks like she's going to get some super reflexes.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to be, I think, pretty cat-like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did take that sort of cat thing, didn't he? That he was going to inject with her, I think. I think when he was doing those experiments on
there. I don't think it was anything
her.
to do with cats per se, but...
I thought it was like a cat vaccine or something like that he took, that he was going to inject.
Oh, no, they went to... No, they just went to... No, if you're looking for illegal meds, one place...
That's right.
Is a veterinarian, yeah. That's all they did. They just got anesthetic and stuff. Yeah. But,
I mean, she does have powers in comics, but she can sense mystical phenomena and shit like that.
So she's sort of
people touch her mystical energy.
Powerful. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But,
yeah, I mean, okay.
she's able to summon her costume at will. But I guess they're probably just going to give her... Yeah.
What a shitty power. When you think about it. I mean, Iron Man does that for free, right?
So I guess that we're probably... I'm wondering if we're going to get her as a villain, possibly.
You get that feeling,
not quite a villain, but her and Jessica are going to clash, I feel,
in
the
I
next
think
season.
So too. Yeah, definitely. I don't think Jessica's going to let her team up.
No. Hell no.
No. I didn't get... Did you see the mother thing coming? That caught me. Played.
No, I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, when that's like, I'm your mother, I was like, whoa, okay. Didn't predict that one. And I'm usually good with seeing shit coming. Didn't see that coming at all. So that was nice.
I feel like the payoff for it, saying like, she was just... they changed her face because of how badly it was burnt. I feel like that was just like kind of an easy cop-out for it.
Yeah.
Really?
So, speaking of later episodes, one thing that bugged me, and again, sort of padding things out, so they're heading to Mexico, right? And they're going to get across the border, and they're like, hey, we'll bring back this character to do some passports for us.
Yeah, we haven't seen an episode or two.
Yeah, no, we've all watched Sicario, okay? We know...
We have? I haven't seen it.
We know what the wall to Mexico looks like. They're supers. Why the fuck do you need a passport? Because when it doesn't work, they say 10 minutes later, we'll just jump. Why didn't they just rock up to the wall at night and jump over it?
Because then that won't be a good plot point, Toby.
Yeah, that sort of shit pisses me off. That shit... It's like saying Superman wants to get across the border, so he goes and gets a fake passport. Fucking what? What? It was so obvious and in your face as a massive glitch. And we know Jessica can jump. She's often at the top of buildings. We know her mother can jump. We see her leap on top of a building.
I mean, Jessica can actually fly, but she doesn't want it.
Yes, exactly. Well, I don't think she can while she's inebriated anyway.
I think they said that in the first season, yeah.
I think it's part of the joke is that she sucks at it because she's drunk. She needs to, focus. But anyway, regardless, the point is, they could have... Because they even said themselves, we'll just jump over the Canadian border or whatever it is. Like, why don't they just jump into Mexico? That annoyed me. Here's some spoilers, though, that were kind of fun and interesting. And that was MCU references. There was two that I caught. One big one was, of course, Captain America is mentioned multiple times in forms of action figure. Did you catch on, though, that later Captain loses his shield?
Yeah. He lost
You
his
picked
shield.
up on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. Yeah, he's like, oh, where's Captain? But I can't find his shield, right? I'm like, nice. And of course, the other big one,
other one
is the raft,
the raft.
which is mentioned.
Which,
multiple
as
times.
soon as they said that, I was sitting there. I'm like, ooh, we got some connections here.
Yeah. So that was nice because again, it's grounding all of this inside the MCU, and it dates it as well, because that was the other thing. We'd been out of sync for a long time. Like it was assumed that the Netflix stuff hadn't yet caught up to the MCU stuff, and that we're out of sync. But obviously, if we're talking about the raft, that means that Civil War has happened.
Yep.
So that's important because again,
we had that. I think we had that in either Iron Fist or Defenders as well. We knew that it had happened because someone mentioned about how there was rights for superpowered people now, which was the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't Defenders they meant.
Yeah, so that's good, and I was glad that they were in there. Of course, we didn't get cameos from any of the other Defender characters. We didn't have Claire Temple at all, but we did get a short scene with the Turk.
Yep, and we also got Foggy.
We did. I apologize. That's right. We did get a short scene with Foggy, but it was very cameo. It was very cameo light. The whole season.
It was.
It was.
I was happy to see Turk, because now Turk's been the only one that's been in every single season of it.
Yes.
He's been in all of them: Punisher, Daredevil season 1 and 2, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. He's been in all of it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Funnily enough, in the comics, Turk's just gotten his hand on the Infinity Stone. I think it's the Mind Stone or the Space Stone. It's one of them.
Hilarious, and he's trying to hawk it off, no doubt. Yeah, that's awesome. So no real cameos, but I think the other thing is when what's her name? Kristen Ritter is talking about no Defenders. Again, the other thing is I really don't think, having watched season 2 of this, I'm not so sure that the Jessica Jones character would fit in a Defenders season 2 anyway.
Nah. She didn't want to be there anyway, so I couldn't see her coming back again.
Yeah. Then again, it just sprung into mind. We've got Misty, who's about to get her arm.
Yep.
We've got Colleen.
Yeah, we'll get. Defenders could be a different line.
So what if Hellcat joins in, and we've got this sort of like trio of super ladies.
Could be.
You could do, because the thing is, like if you can jam a few more in there, you might be able to make a show of it.
Get Claire.
And
Claire's training. Claire's training up. You got 4 right there.
Yeah. So you get all them in there.
We could get like
I'd
a
watch
six
something you'd watch, Barnet?
series or something.
I don't know. At this point, none of the characters are that well established for me to be interested in them. For like a second team, anyway.
Right. What are they called? What are the when the ladies team up? What are they called in that?
Daughters of the Dragon.
Daughters of that's right. Yeah. But that's just
Colleen
Misty and Colin,
Misty.
right? Yeah. But then I mean the Heroes for Hire is largely just
Luke and Iron Fist
anyway. But I mean they have some help now and again. So
I did actually see one of the behind the scenes pictures. I think it was Danny Rand. He was wearing a hoodie when him and Luke Cage are fighting in season 2. And on the back of his hoodie it says "Sweet Christmas."
Nice.
Which is like I saw that, I'm like, I wonder if that's just there for this and that actually be in the show or not.
Well, it's his catchphrase.
Or if Luke Cage is like, oh, I'm selling some merch now. Can't get some merch from my website or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Can get some merch.
Yeah.
I did actually see one little nod to Iron Fist and the larger MCU and Jessica Jones season 2 as well. It was near the final episodes where her mum steals the caravan. The kid that's standing in front of it on that little tablet device.
Yeah.
There's stickers all over the tablet.
It's
the same stickers were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stickers were the same stickers that Danny Rand found under his dad's desk that he put there when he was a kid, which are also other Marvel monsters. Like one of them's being created by Odin and all this sort of thing.
Wow, that's an obscure one. Good catch.
I was sitting there watching it and I'm like, those are the same stickers that were in Iron Fist.
Wow, that's an obscure one.
Yeah, and I looked it up on I'm like, I gotta be sure of this. So I went and looked up Iron Fist Easter eggs and I'm like, oh no, it is the same stickers.
Wow. Okay. All right. Did you catch the Stan Lee cameo? I didn't.
Yep.
I had to look it up.
Episode 9, when they're looking for the bus, that
Yeah,
the
it's
guy
on the back of the bus.
Kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. I was too busy focusing on what was happening. I think I didn't see it. Yeah, because it says he won, like they won me a lawsuit and I got 5.3 million or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I mean, we'll probably see a Jessica Jones 3, but do you think we'll see her pop up in? Because there's obviously going to be a lot of time between now and then, because we're going to have Daredevil 3, we're going to have Punisher 2, we've got Luke Cage 2. We're probably going to see Iron Fist. Well, we'll see Iron Fist 2. So, if we don't get a cameo from her, it could be we might not see her again until 2020.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think we'll see her pop up somewhere else?
I can't see. She could pop up, I reckon, a little bit in Luke Cage, because they've always said, and they alluded to it in Defenders, that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are meant to be.
Well, they are in the comics. So, her name is Jessica Jones Cage.
Yeah, I got a feeling that she may pop
together.
up. Yeah, I got a feeling she may pop up at the end of Luke Cage, maybe.
Yeah.
I doubt she's going to be an Iron Fist at all.
Well, her and Danny didn't get along at all.
No.
Not really.
You'll probably see Hogarth and Iron Fist, but you won't see... And maybe even Malcolm. You might see both of them in Iron Fist, but I doubt you'll see Jessica.
Yeah. Yeah, Malcolm sort of feels like he's become a character that we might start seeing in other...
I feel like he's going to be an Iron Fist. I reckon he'll be there.
Yeah.
He'll be a little private eye that Hogarth is sending out, maybe to keep tabs on Danny Rand or something like that. Considering that she took the Danny Rand deal, as she said in that, with the deal in that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he'll pop up.
What do you reckon the deal is with Hogarth? I mean, because that side story is so extensive. Like, she takes up a lot of screen time this season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there's no big payoff, that's going to be really disappointing.
I feel like the payoff will come off in Iron Fist. Because
I
feel like that's
specifically wants to keep the Rand account.
Yeah. So I feel like Iron Fist will get her in there, and then I feel the payoff will be in Jessica Jones. I don't know what, but I feel like it's setting up for something later on. I could be wrong, and it could just be nothing and just a time filler.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
But, yeah.
That'd be sad. Because the thing is, too, like, we've got Luke Cage, and then we go Daredevil 3. And I think Daredevil 3 is going to be a pretty important season, like a show. Like, that's going to be a big one. Like another milestone. And
I don't think we'll get cameos from anyone else in that. Like Luke Cage, Iron Fist. I don't think any of them will be in that. Actually...
I've got a feeling that
it could
very easily be like a Civil War style.
Yeah.
Like, you may actually get, like, it could be the Defenders 2 equivalent, like, what we got with Civil War.
Yeah.
Like, I think you could, because especially if Fisk is such a big threat, it may come back to, like, he needs everybody to, like, depending on what Fisk does as well. I mean, I know the original storyline is all about destroying his reputation, right? It's about destroying...
Yeah.
So maybe his friends come and sort of say, hey, pull you out of the gutter.
I'm just thinking now, I feel like if anyone from the Defenders will show up in Daredevil, it'll be Jessica Jones, because I felt like they were that with Daredevil, with Luke Cage and Iron Fist, he didn't connect with them as much as he did Jessica. Jessica and Daredevil had more time together than the others did. And how they went against each other.
Or something.
Yeah, something like that. I feel like that when Fisk targets him and ruins his life, he'll be at a low point, maybe sitting at a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
And then Jessica will come in. And I reckon that we might see her in Daredevil. Just maybe for an episode. But I feel like she might pop up in that. Something along those lines. Or he's really hurt and she happens to find him and helps him out, like keeps him at her place until he gets himself back on his feet after everything Fisk does.
It would kind of make sense, because otherwise they're going to be... I mean, looking at Defenders again, yes. I mean, it was really Luke Cage and Danny that have the connection.
Yeah.
So it would kind of make sense, I suppose, to have Jessica and Matt kind of partner up a little bit. Yeah, because as I said, if you don't, then you're not going to see her again for quite a while, I don't think.
Till 2020.
It's not like she's going to rock
'cause-
up in the Punisher.
Nah. Well, next year we'll get Punisher and Iron Fist. Maybe we'll get Jessica season 3 next year. If we're gonna get Luke Cage and Daredevil this year, then we'll get Jessica and Iron
Maybe,
Fist
yeah.
Punisher next year.
Yeah.
I have to wait and see. But it seems too soon to be doing another season though, flipping it all and everything like that. They usually
Yeah.
give it like a little break before.
But I think like in terms of, because the thing is too, you got to remember, like with the Disney deal and all the rest of it, like in terms of new characters, like Disney saying we're gonna, you can keep what you've got, you can keep your toys, but anything new is ours. That I think lends credence to the whole idea of promoting some of their characters and making new shows again. Like so, having Daughters of the Dragon and this sort of stuff, it would be a way for Netflix to make new series, but without necessarily introducing like new superheroes.
Yeah,
So
could be, yeah. Because I mean, everyone wants a Moon Knight series. That's what everyone thinks.
That's the one that
Disney
everyone
one's gonna
wants
be.
big time, yeah. And if you're going to
Yeah.
introduce any new character, that's the one everyone wants. Is
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
So I reckon Moon Knight showing up on Disney will probably be it. Maybe we might even get a tease from him somewhere in these next shows, and
It'd
be
be
like,
sad,
"Oh,
though,
you can
if-
catch more
if he's
new
on-
Moon Knight over on Disney."
It'd be sad though if he's on Disney and then there's no connection with the Netflix heroes. Because
I got a
again-
feeling that even Disney's ones will connect. I got a feeling it's all Marvel. Disney's making MCU TV shows, so it'll connect.
Yeah, I haven't watched. Have you caught? Side tangent before we wrap things up. Have you caught any of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D? Because that's apparently getting very interesting. Because we got the 100th episode coming up.
I know it's already been. It was yesterday.
Right, yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. I'm thinking that might be one I need to catch up with.
The start of the season, I watched it last season because Ghost Rider was in it, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
And then
this
Ghost
is all
Rider was out of
time
it.
travel and shit now.
Yeah, this one, yeah. I watched the first couple episodes. I've been keeping up with what's going on. It's interesting.
Right.
Jeff Loeb, who pretty much handles all Marvel TV stuff as the executive producer, he said recently that Coulson meeting the Avengers and showing that he's not actually dead is going to get resolved in an unusual but satisfying way eventually.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
yeah,
But, I don't know, it's kind of all over the place with the time travel stuff. I don't know what's going on, whether they're in the current timeline or if they've gone into a different timeline multiverse thing. I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
But it's not bad. This past season's been pretty alright. They've bumped the budget up for it a lot. It's actually
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, because this is the last Netflix too before we go into Infinity War, so that was the other thing I was. I was definitely keeping an eye out for any sort of inklings or nods towards what was about to happen, but I didn't see any. So,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hasn't had anything towards Infinity War at all.
okay,
And if
That's really
anything,
what
we're going to connect. It's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they've done it with all of them.
Yeah.
They dealt with Thor 2. The
And
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the reason why.
yeah, Winter Soldier happened.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are the reason why Nick Fury had that helicarrier and
Yes.
Age of Ultron as well. So,
Yeah.
if anything's going to fit in, it'll be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah,
But I also feel like that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to wrap up and finish, because there's a lot of theories that this is the final season. That'll wrap
Yes.
up and finish even before Infinity War, so they don't have to do any explanation.
yeah. Well, I mean, Daredevil season 1 talked about the event. And I think Infinity War is going to have another event because we know there's that massive thing that Thanos dumps into New York.
Oh yeah. If
So-
there is not an event, if there is not any mention of Infinity War in any of the Netflix shows, I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
Well, it's going to happen. Well, actually, let's be honest. It's if it's going to happen, it's Luke Cage because we've got Infinity War, in April, and then
Luke Cage in
a
June.
couple of months after we've got Luke Cage. So
There was actually one thing that, because there's a thing a while back, Luke Cage casted someone for season 2, and Black Panther casted someone for their movie, and it was the same character. So I know we talked about it on the podcast before, and we were like, oh, so maybe they're not connected. Because of that, Black Panther then changed who that character was in their movie, so it wasn't the same person as Luke Cage for purely that reason. So the character that was in Luke Cage season 2 is not the same character played by a different actress in Black Panther. They changed the character in Black Panther completely, so there wouldn't be two people playing the same role.
Right.
so that the connection's still there. So they're showing that
Oh,
Luke
okay.
Cage did actually affect what was happening in Black Panther.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
So
not
there's a
such a
little
bad
bit of
thing.
connectivity there.
That'd be interesting if, like, being like, after the New York incident. I mean, assuming like there's obviously going to be something happening in Wakanda. It'd be interesting if one of the Wakandans came and joined up with, the Heroes
Fury
for
or
Hire,
something.
because there was problems in New York still. I mean, maybe I wonder if that's what instigates Heroes for Hire in this version, is because New York goes to shit a second time, and a hero is needed.
It could be actually, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. A couple of
All right.
months we'll be there.
Well, that's pretty much it for another episode. We need to sing our way out, which is traditional, and we've got a new guy here.
I'm not doing this.
It's easy. It's just.
It really does not seem easy.
I'll start, and then you just join in. Ready?
Oh god.
Dun 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 dun. Ethan knows this. He's good at it.
I thought Barney was like coming in, so I was waiting.
Yeah.
What?
Come on. Dun dun dun.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't even know what's happening right now.